To The Devil's Advocate, episode 10. Now to the astute devils. Wait, I think I should have more intro. One sec, just because I'm going to have fade and shit. Yeah. Hey, welcome to Devil's Advocate, episode 10. To the astute viewer, this should be episode 9, but episode 9 has been eviscerated. It has been deleted and destroyed. Actually, it hasn't. There's like 4 raw recordings on my computer and I hated them all. And I'll get into why I hated them in a minute. There's a little bit different about me, which again we'll address. I hate myself too for it, but that's okay. Yeah, let's do it. It's episode 10, baby. We're back. I can't think of a title right now because I'm a loser. So we're gonna forget about it, and we'll do the title in post. Cool. Let's see. What do we want to do? Let's get right to it. About a few. Let's talk about the delay first. And I'm gonna try to keep it short because that's not the point of this. The problem I've been having is sustainability and trying to find a way of doing this that I enjoy and still entertains and engages me. And this still does. So I just kind of spent a lot of time thinking about, different maybe segments or a different format, like what it would look like if I had a partner or someone, But then at the same time, the downsides of like, well, I don't want to have to be relying on someone else to do an episode. So I'm just trying to figure out different formats and kind of messing around with those ideas. So that's been a lot of it. And also I've been gone for 3 or 4 weekends in a row.
Forceful as you can.
Boom!
Yep.
Oh,
Your knee is going to shatter to the moon.
I'm just really.
I really want to use this towel now.
Yeah. I think you're right. I don't think you need to go up high. I think you just gotta just drive.
It's drive with the knee, I think.
Don't hit the fire.
Row, all through July pretty much, and that's when I always filmed it. So I need to, and now that comedy is more or less, obvious, it's probably at like 80% of what it used to be, at least in the going up 3, sometimes 4 nights a week, and so it's just about finding the time to do it right. So still working out some of that, but that's why there hasn't been an episode. It's not because I don't love doing it. I just have to try and find a way that's more sustainable, and I'm still working on that. And also, if maybe a different format would be more engaging or fun. So any ideas? Let me know in the comments if anybody watches this. Anyway, the things that are horribly wrong with me, let's address those real quick. 1, I shaved my mustache. Now, people who can't grow facial hair always get mad at me when I shave my mustache because I think they vicariously want to think that they're living through me, but you're not, okay? You don't know what it's like to have this much bravado, so much gravitas on your upper lip at all times. And here's my issue with mustaches. I don't think they look good if you can see your upper lip. Now, they can obviously be styled or done more appropriately, but I don't have the effort or patience to do that. So that's not enough, okay? It doesn't look great if you do that, So I came to a horrific junction where I need to shave my mustache up and look like a fucking loser. Or I could let it grow down, and then every single bite of food, every sip of drink, anything I did would require a... Oh, big yawn. It's early. No, it's not. It's like noon, but anyway. It would require a wipe or a cleaning, and that became too arduous, and it wasn't fun anymore. So... yeah, I got rid of it mainly for maintenance and just, it'll be back in like a week and a half, so have no fear, but it just wasn't fun anymore. I didn't enjoy it. The only time I enjoyed it is when it looks like Stalin, but when it looks like Stalin, coffee is pretty much off the table, unless I have like a towel next to me, because it's just too much. It was too much, and I didn't enjoy it anymore, and that's why I got rid of it. If you want it back, you can Venmo me $98. And I will intensely scream into the mirror until my mustache grows back. The other big thing I'm doing, which I never do, is I'm wearing a short sleeve button down. Now, if you know me well, you know I have a horrific disdain for the short sleeve button down, and I think it's time that I addressed it. I think I need to talk to you guys about why it's horrific. Now, in this shirt's defense, my wife said, "Jack, why don't you wear something fun?" Like, I'm the funnest in the game. Everything I wear is a banger. I have a magical power. Anything I put on just instantly looks great. Okay, it's kind of weird. I can't help it, but whatever. Look, I'm wearing this because it has cocoa things on it, and I'm going to a Mexican restaurant, and maybe I'll get a free taquito. Is that racist? Probably, but whatever. No, I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the soundtrack. I sing the Ernesto de la Cruz version of Remember Me, which is the true version, if you ask me. I like that one a lot. And the shirt is fun. Now, here is the issue I have with button-downs. And I had an analogy once, and I can't remember it, and it makes me sad because it was perfect. But when you wear a short-sleeve button-down, I think people think it's being formal. Okay? It's not. You are not being formal. Short sleeve button downs are no more formal. Like, short sleeve button downs are formal if jorts are actually jeans, right? Jorts are not. If you went to a construction site and on your interview the boss said, "Hey, you got to wear jeans to work," and you came in jorts, you'd be murdered, thrown into a hole, and have concrete poured atop you. Okay? They're not fucking formal, and jorts aren't jeans. Okay? Short sleeve button downs are only meant for people who work on job sites who actually don't do any work. They walk around and be like, "Hey, this is behind. You should fix this. What the fuck are you doing on break? Oh, it's noon? Okay. Anyway, I'm going back to Fazoli's for the 8th time today." I don't know. You can fill in who that was. It's just like, short sleeve button downs are a sham. They're a joke. They trick you into thinking you're being formal and you look like a fucking doofus. Okay? Now, I think you get fixated on the button down. People are like, "Well, it is a button down." Who fucking cares? That's not enough. It isn't enough. I'm sorry. You're not looking formal. You don't look nice if you're wearing a short sleeve button down. If you're at an outdoor wedding, you wear a long sleeve button down like a fucking man, and you relentlessly complain and bitch to the wedding party about how hot you are and how they should have had an AC venue. Outdoor weddings can be nice, but if you do not have AC to retreat to, you're a bad host. Okay? Unless it's like a winter wedding, and then everyone's going to die. But, dude, why isn't that a thing? Everyone's got to wear, like, snowmobile shit and go outside in the middle of a blizzard for a wedding. That's how you know who your real friends are. If my sister invited me to an outdoor winter wedding, I wouldn't go. I'd be like, "Nah, I'll watch from inside. Can you Zoom call me?" Probably not, because batteries don't even survive in the winter. Even batteries, which are just chemicals whose sole existence is to give power in the winter, they're like, "Fuck that, nah, bro." That's why I'm actually curious. Do they heat the battery bays of electric cars? Because that was one of the biggest concerns I always had. Was I'm like, batteries usually go to shit in really cold temperatures, and Wisconsin is a horror scape. So how can I have a Tesla here? I guess I could ask the Wolves. They're my neighbors, and they have a Tesla. But we never got along. I wouldn't say that. We just never talked. That's not fair. Anywho. Yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, right, button downs. So here's the deal. This is why you should always wear a long sleeve button down. The reason I wear a long sleeve button down, one, is because I take myself seriously and I'm not a fucking imbecile. Two, is I wear a long sleeve button down, but I only roll it up. I always roll it up. So I have the same fun. Hey, look at me. I'm a summer-going lad. You can see my forearms. I have that, but I also have the option to become formal if the moment requires. Like, let's say we're both sitting in a room, and your dream employer just walks in, right? You want to work at Disney. Bob Iger walks in. Well, not anymore. Whoever took his place. Or Elon Musk walks in, he's like, "Hey, bud, interview right now." And you're like, oh, can I change? He'll be like, "No." And I'll be like, "Okay, no problem." I'll roll down my sleeve. I'll unbutton a button, show a little chest hair. I'll be like, "What up, Elon Musk?" Or whatever. And he'll be like, "Jack, God damn it, you look good for this job. I want you in." And I'm like, "Cool, man, thanks. When do I start?" Whenever I want. Okay, but if you have a short sleeve shirt and you walk in, he'll be like, "What the is this a fucking joke to you? I'm Bob Iger." Okay, you want to work at Disney and you can't even wear a long sleeve shirt, and you're like, "Oh, but I thought the button down." He'd be like, "Not enough," and you don't get the job. all because you thought you would save. And they're not cheaper, but you're getting less fabric. That's why I only buy extra large clothing, because I'm paying for it, so I may as well have it. And Corona is making me horrifically fat. I've been okay. I overshot it a bit. I went a little far, and my face started to look like a marshmallow, and it still does a little bit, and I started to trickle it back. I was at like 195, which is a lot for someone who's 5'4", 5'5" with shoes on. Brought it back. We're down to like 190. Before COVID, I was at like 186, 187. Put on 3 pounds. That's okay. I can live with that. Well, here, and the reason I've put on weight is because, one, I eat like absolute shit, and two, the only way I ever work out was the trampoline park, and the trampoline park is now a horrific cesspool of death and disease. Can't go, which sucks because I want to, and I think I'm just going to start going and saying I went to the gym or something. Whatever, I'll wear a mask. I'll have to get I'll probably have to like tape it to my scalp, because when I'm doing flips and shit, I don't want it to fly off, and then I have one big breath of shitty kid air, whatever. Yeah. Oh, let's do a relatively semi-formal opening again. Those were the issues. Those are out of the way. So let's talk about our sponsor today. Today's sponsor is brought to you by Ticonderoga Pencils. Ticonderoga Pencils are the Toblerones of pencils. They're absolute shit, but they have a cool shape. Thank you, Ticonderoga, who's the sponsor? Ticonderoga? Wow. I just had a stroke mid-sentence. A Toblerone or Ticonderoga. They're both horse shit that are triangular. Whatever. Thanks for the sponsor, guys. I appreciate it. If you or a loved one are looking for a writing utensil, go to your local Walmart, buy some Ticonderoga, and tell them DA sent you, and eventually it will go up the corporate chain, and maybe someone will reach out to me. That's the plan. Make it happen, guys. Thank you. In upcoming stand-up dates, I have one on the 29th in the attic. At the attic, not in the attic. We have an attic, but I've never been up there. Is that irresponsible as a homeowner to have never been in my attic? Like, I don't want to go up there. What's up there for me? Maybe a dead bat? I don't need that. Fuck it. Anyway, we're at the attic in Menasha. We got a couple of guys coming up from Milwaukee. It'll be really fun. I'm excited for that. So you can come out to that one, and then October again too. I'm not sure. I have a show every month at the attic, so you can always come there, or whatever. I'm enough with that. Those are the upcoming stand-up dates. If you wanted to see me, if you think the podcast sucks, keep in mind that I'm just talking out of my ass. If you want to see me be funny, come to a paid show where I will do bits that I've spent the last 2 years crafting and making funny as can be. I've spent the last 13 minutes making this funny, and I don't think it's working. But who knows? I'm just kidding. Am I? Who knows? You decide. So, yeah, come out to one of those. All right. I just want to do another little. This is another random segment that will never be completed again. It's called "That Lyric Is Horseshit." And today's lyric is, there is a line in Jar of Hearts by I don't know. She kind of looks like a goth mom, at least in the album cover. I can't remember her name, but there's a line where she says, "I wish we had missed the first time that we kissed, because you broke all your promises," whatever. That line always frustrated me, because what that is implying is that had they missed that first kiss, like, I get what they're saying, but if you're taking it literally like an asshole, which I'm going to, it's implying like, and I can get it, maybe you're nervous, you're peckish, you're like, oh, okay, we'll try it, and you miss. Okay, you're all horned up, you're fired up, you're ready to go, you're kissing, you're like, let's try again. No one's gonna be like, oh, I missed once, that's a sign from God. The only way that lyric could have made sense, and now that I think about the song, maybe this is what happened, is imagine that the person who broke her heart, or is collecting this metaphorical jar of hearts, was like a Rumney Child gypsy nomadic man, okay? And he was like on the caravan and it was pulling away. And she's like running alongside, like in the movies or whatever. And she goes up and they only have one moment for a kiss. And as he kisses it, he puts a curse on her, okay? And had they missed, he'd have sailed off into the sunset and been like, "Drats, she got away," or whatever. That would be the only time that lyric would make sense. But you're just going to try again. So that idea of like, oh, we only had one chance for the first kiss, and that's what sealed me down this path of misfortune that inevitably led to some asshole collecting my heart in his jar of hearts because he's a user. Okay, that's not how it works. That's not how it would have worked, woman whose name escapes me. So it frustrates me, I think, that lyric is in the song, I guess. Another one, just a real quick one, the song Live Like You're Dying. I don't even know if this is a unique thought because it's kind of hacky, but the idea of living like you're dying, like, again, the whole point is like, live like you don't know how long is left. Okay? Every second, every moment you don't die, you become closer to dying of old age. So you are technically living like you're dying, if you are sitting on your couch every night eating Doritos Cool Ranch and watching The Office reruns, you are living like you're dying. I mean, you're actually dying too because of the horrific health choices, but like that song is horseshit. Now, let me this is something I was thinking about a lot for some reason, and I'll fill it with a small I'll prove. Okay, I'm going to say something and then I'll prove it. I think I'm a good singer, but I think choir in high school made me a worse singer, which sounds counterintuitive. You should go into choir if you want to learn how to read music or find a gay lover. That's not fair. I actually don't know of. Maybe there's like. I actually think in all of choir, maybe there's like one gay dude. So I think that's just what jocks say because they're really sad when you're at a party and Summer Nights comes on and you can just snipe John Travolta's line. And hell, you can even sing falsetto. So Olivia Newton-John, is that the other chick? I can't remember. You can even sing her parts and chicks are like, wow. Like, hey, Bryce, you can smash your head against another man's head, but this guy can sing. Like, what are you, like, if we go to Italy, what are you going to do, right? Are you going to headbutt a Venetian vineyard door? No, you schmutz. But he's going to sing going down the Vienna canals, and all of Italy will gather at his beauty, and that will get me more free wine than a headbutting rampage. So the reason that athletes call choir gay is because it is a more admirable trait than a maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong, but here's the thing. Why did choir? Because I think I've always been a decent singer, but choir filled me with incomprehensible, like, what, not shame, but, why can't I think of the word? Not embarrassed, but, like, self-conscious of my normal singing voice. I can sing well when I'm, like, trying to imitate somebody, because then you don't have that reservation of, like, oh, I'm going to be judged for my singing voice. Someone's going to hear that and be like, oh, not good, right? But if you're imitating somebody or you're imitating a delivery, then they can be like, oh, that impression wasn't great or whatever. So here's how I know I'm a good singer. One time we went to karaoke, which is not how these stories should start, but my entire family was there, and I sang Wagon Wheel, the Old Crow Medicine Band, one of the best songs ever made. Darius Rucker's version can kiss ass, and I heard there's even another one, which I'm sure there's more that I don't know about. But if you're not listening to the Old Crow Medicine Band, you don't deserve Wagon Wheel. Anyway, so I went to go sing in a Wagon Wheel, and I killed it. I smoked it. It was good. Okay, here's the deal. If the DJ, the karaoke DJ, actually maybe this isn't right, but the DJ guy, he leans over, he's like, hey man, you're actually a good singer. And I'm like, I know. Duh. I didn't say that, but I'm like, no shit. And then later that day, I was at the bar with my grandpa, who has seen me do over 20 minutes of comedy. He came to one of my shows, but granted, it was really early on, so I sucked. But I remember talking to him at the bar, and he said, hey, Jack. This is not what he sounds like, but he's like, hey, Jack, pretty good at karaoke last night. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. I'm like, what do you think about my comedy? Like, you watched me sing 3 minutes of Old Crow Medicine Band, but you watched me do 20 minutes of comedy. He's like, well, you're a good singer. You're a good singer, sport. And I'm like, okay, fuck. So that's how I know I'm a good singer. My ultra-conservative grandpa, who tells me the truth, even if he knows it will make me cry, told me I'm a better singer than stand-up comic. So, I guess. Now here, okay, what I forgot, what I was going to mention is the reason choir made me a worse singer is because it ruined my confidence in my own natural singing voice. So what happened was, in choir, you are going to stand 2 inches behind somebody, okay, and you're going to sing, and, you know, you're going to be quiet, and then you know what, you're gonna you know what, hey, this is the 18th time I know what the notes are coming up, and you're gonna get louder, and you're gonna get more and more confident, and eventually that will bite you in the ass, and you are gonna rip a note, and it's gonna be wrong, and it's gonna be loud, and the entire row of altos. Now this is a straight personal anecdote, but I was a tenor, you know, as all men are. Now I'm not. I don't know. I don't know if I could sing falsetto very competently anymore. We'll try later. No, we won't. But so you're sitting there. You're already shy. You're going through puberty. You're awkward. You want to impress chicks or guys now. It's whatever. I don't care. And you just you just send one in just one fit of misplaced confidence, and all of a sudden, Victoria Jensen and all, can I name? Nah, nobody's watching this, whatever. And all the ladies in front, and you're like, oh. And guess what? You don't sing loud for 8 months. You never again. Like, you could be in the car and your jam comes on and you're like looking across the way. You roll up your windows and you like put a cup over your mouth so you can, in fear that, you know, an alto that you like is right in front of you. Just like, it's the bad singer again. So I think that's the problem, is you learn how to sing, but you also have no confidence. Maybe that was just me, but I feel like that was like a weird side effect. I loved singing, and that made me feel like I sucked at singing, which I probably still do, kind of. But if you find a song in my, you know, I think that's the biggest travesty of being a baritone, maybe, is that, you know what songs are right in your wheelhouse? Country music. Do you know what songs fucking suck more than death itself? Country music. I'm Luke Bryan. The fact that he can sing and he sounds like someone being strangled by a kazoo is the most egregious act I've ever seen. Luke Bryan shouldn't have a fucking job. He should be working a toll booth and screaming at people, "You forgot a nickel," or whatever. Now I sounded kind of like, I sound like Cleveland. Oh, Peter. Oh, Peter. I don't know. Okay, let's do an actual devil's advocate topic, just for the sake of saying I did an adult episode. Let me see. I got a text of a few topics. Okay. Okay, let's talk about Amazon. Okay, I don't know if he's talking about the river or the company, so let's break it down into both. We'll start with the company. The company, people love to hate anything that's owned by someone who is fuck you rich. Okay, Jeff Bezos is worth like $80 billion. So people automatically assume that you're suckling the corporate teat, and they're like, oh, you're feeding this man's greed. And I get that, and the working conditions might not be great, and it may be substantiating, an environment where slave labor or child labor for a nickel an hour is okay. And everyone says how horrible that is, and everyone agrees. But when it comes time to pay for your fucking Brita filters that you order online, you want them for $2, and you want them shipped for free. Okay, those were made in fucking China, and you want it for $2? How? They wouldn't make money if they sold it in the front lawn. So the fact that people bitch and scream and say how horrific it is, but they will always go back and use it. So Amazon does a lot of harm, maybe. It maybe not direct harm, but I think it procures and nourishes some industries with horrific practices. But they also provide one of, if not the best online shopping things ever. Ever. Hate them or like them, Amazon got it figured out. That shit rocks. Audible is nice. Amazon is nice. Twitch, you like streaming, is nice. Hulu, you like that? It's pretty nice. Wait, no, that's by Disney. Fuck. I don't know. So, Amazon is maybe a horrific giant corporate conglomerate, but the service they provide is still fantastic. Amazon is, if you didn't have Amazon, where would you buy shit? eBay? Is eBay even still fucking around? You go to eBay, look at their website. It looks like it was designed 900 years ago when there wasn't even design. They just pointed at things. eBay is not a good alternative, and especially not for like new products. There's not much selling. It's just Amazon rocks. Amazon as a online provider is the shit. It's great. Is it making a one-person comically rich? Yes. Now, is Jeff Bezos someone you want comically rich? Maybe. You know, I would rather see Jeff Bezos fuck you rich. I mean, Bill Gates is already fuck you rich, but like, I think I want someone more secretive, like, because that just feels like a normal person. Actually, this isn't even that unique of an idea. I guess I heard it somewhere else, but someone was talking about how, like, you know, all these celebrities or all these people talk about how, oh, it's always been my life mission to be, you know, virtuous and you know, help the needy. But like, if you are a famous actor or actress or whatever, or you're a multi-billionaire, there's a very extremely large portion of your life where all you thought about was yourself, like in some way or the other, right? Like you thought about, how do I get this up more? How do I get more value out of this? How do I make whatever? How do I put in the time? Me focusing just on you because you have to you have to have that level of focus to a degree to attain that level of success. To have $60 billion, you have to have gone through a divorce. And Jeff, my boy, he has. Okay? So the idea of that all of a sudden, now that you have $1 billion, you need to just have a complete character spin and be like, well, I don't give a shit about, you know, my wealth. I just want to fix this problem. Be like, now you could argue that maybe it's their responsibility to do so. That could be an argument you can have. But the fact is, by not doing that, I think they're being more true to themselves. So like Jeff Bezos, I'm sure he donates just enough to get the tax write-off. But he's building a fucking space company. You know how much money that is? He doesn't give a shit. He's like, well, what about the homeless? He's like, fucking leave them here. We're going to Mars, baby. Like, cool. Good for you, Jeff. You know, I don't know what other ventures he has, but it's just like, I enjoy seeing somebody with opulent amounts of wealth just do goofy shit. Same with Elon Musk. Like, that's why he's my favorite. That guy's like, he's like, oh, I'm going to make a brain neural link. I'm going to make tunnels under LA. I'm going to make a solar power company. I'm going to make a car company. And I'm going to shoot rockets into the moon. You're like, God bless you, man. Fuck yeah. Good. Like, that's the cool shit. That's what I would, if I had $60 billion, you could bet I would undertake something absolutely ludicrous, okay? So I think that's why, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm saying I think I like Jeff Bezos because he doesn't give a shit. I'm not saying he shouldn't give a shit, okay? I'm not saying that that's the appropriate gesture, but I still respect the fact that he's like, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I want 48 more $billion, and I want to shoot things into the moon. I want to go into space because that's what people with a B in their net worth do. You fucking, who's the guy from Virgin Galactic? Richard Branson. His is weird. His is crazy. He just shoots you up into space on an airplane, and then you just glide up there for a little bit, and then you come back down. I'm like, that'd be fun. I would do that. Not first or second, but. And then let's quick talk about the Amazon rainforest. The Amazon rainforest, pros, it provides a lot of oxygen, but not as much as those fucking hippie tree-hugging Amazon rainforest lovers would like you think. It's the algae. The algae gives you fucking oxygen. People are like, but the trees, there's so many trees, there's so much foliage. Cool. but it ain't algae. That's making a majority of the world's oxygen. I could be wrong. I hope not, because I just made a very declarative statement. The Amazon is cool. I've never been there, so I can't really speak on it. I enjoy the idea of a literally country-sized, uninhabitable forest of death. That's kind of fun. I think that's cool. What are the downsides of the Amazon rainforest? I don't know. It's taking up a lot of space that could be great strip malls. With an abundance of overpopulation, which I don't know how Brazil's issues are, but could it be better served if you took out one city's worth? What are the pros and cons of people being happy as opposed to oxygen for the entire world? That's what we have to ask. I don't know. But that's it. Hey, that's it for Devil's Advocate, episode 10. We finally did it. We did a recording that I'm happy with. Again, we'll try and I said this last time, but after a 1 month hiatus, no one fucking believes me, but I'm going to try and keep doing this once a week or once every other week. I'm going to try and step it back up. A million reasons aside, I just got to be a little better about it. But if you guys watched and you enjoyed it, thank you. I appreciate it. Like it if you did. And you can follow or subscribe and hit the bell icon to get alerted for the bi-monthly episode that will come out. No, if you guys want to hear me talk about something, put it in the topics below. I appreciate it. Thanks. Have a good one. Share it with your friends or your mom because, abuse of you. Thanks, crew. Bye.